That monster storm is starting right now, and in some parts of the country, they're seeing the most snow they've had in nearly 30 years.
That's a live look right there at Ocean City, Maryland. Dangerous wind conditions right now, blizzard conditions across the East Coast. And here in New York, we're seeing the beginning of that winter bomb cyclone. That's a live look at the roads in Long Island. Schools are closed across the Northeast, 15 states in the storm zone.
As you can imagine, our team is spread out up and down the East Coast, and Ginger's going to start us off. She's right outside our studio here in Times Square. So, Ginger, what's the latest?
All right, so here in Times Square, it has obviously started. The wind is blowing. My eyes are already watering, and you can see just a little bit of slick snow. This is only the beginning, guys. This whole day, most of your Thursday, going to be full of snow and ridiculous wind, and then eventually ridiculous cold. Now, this thing, you've heard the term bomb, and that's something that's been in the meteorological glossaries for almost 40 years. It is nearly bombing out now, meaning that we've already seen 20 millibars drop in the pressure gradient in 6 hours. So this thing is rapidly intensifying, and you can see the snow flying from North Carolina to Maine at this hour. Those blizzard conditions and warnings for that go all the way from New Jersey and Virginia up along the coast, including parts of Massachusetts and Maine. And that is where we have to start this morning, by going to a place that have been seeing it for hours, blizzard conditions, and that's our Gio Benitez. He is in Norfolk, Virginia. Gio?
Hey there, Ginger. Listen, officials here are calling this a brutal snowstorm. Tens of thousands of homes are already without power, and it's in large part because of these wind gusts that we're feeling. I want to take a look at this wide shot we have here, because I'm walking right now through about 5 inches of snow here, maybe even more. And we're talking about wind gusts of about 55 miles per hour. Those are intense winds, so it's only going to get worse here. This morning, that winter bomb of snow and ice going off, creating a mess in the mid-Atlantic. Virginia in a state of emergency. Cars stuck as the snow piles up. One driver desperately trying to dig out. Whiteout conditions, a nightmare for early commuters. Hold up, all right. But for parts of the Northeast, the storm is just getting started. Early this morning, a truck in southern New Jersey lost control, jackknifed, and flew off the road into the woods, completely engulfed in flames. The woods and a nearby home catching on fire. Schools in New York, Philadelphia, and Boston closed today. Boston anticipating up to a foot of snow.
We're out there on the roads. We're going to be ready for the storm. We have 40,000 tons of rock salt ready to be loaded and spread throughout the city of Boston.
And after a week of sub-zero temps, parts of the Atlantic Ocean frozen solid. Watch as giant chunks of ice pile up along the shore in the Outer Banks, pushing against this dock, actually moving it. Walk this way. And so right now, back out here live here in Virginia, the good news is that we're not seeing too many cars passing by here, so people are heeding those warnings. They're staying indoors. But really what comes next after this is that bitter cold, that deep freeze that people have to deal with. You know, the power company has been trying to be out here restoring the power to all of the homes and businesses, but they're having a hard time because of those very intense winds, George.
Yeah, and what we're seeing right now, the wind gusts saying about 39 miles an hour, but in some places they could approach hurricane force.
Yeah, close to it, George, because, I mean, it's crazy to think about, but tropical storm force winds are 39 miles per hour, as you just said. We've already felt 55 mile per hour winds, close to 60 miles per hour. So this is just really intense. That's the big story here, the wind associated with this storm.
Okay, Gio Benitez, thanks very much.